Paul McMahon here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could be with us. At Forex Smart Trade, our mission is to help you become financially independent, and we do that by teaching you how to trade with our super accurate proprietary indicators and our best in the business one-on-one training. This morning's a live trade. It is Tuesday, December 15th, and let's get to it. In this trade, I primarily focus on one of our signals, a signal called the 10-point trade. We've got about a dozen signals, but this one happens to be my favorite and the one I principally trade off of. So with that, let's first do the disclosure.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange and futures trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
All right. Just some news items. Up until Christmas, you are all invited as a Christmas gift from us to you to attend the Thursday Tip-Top referral trade session. It is at Thursday at 11:30 a.m. Hope to see you there. In addition to that session, we also have a schedule of other live trades done by other people. The yellow section is for lights. The green section is for members, and the purple section is for members. Lots of opportunities to get instruction. Even the most professional of professionals, they have coaches. They work on improving their game. So there's always things we can learn, always things we can pick up. So the more of these you attend and ask questions, your game will get better. So let's get on to the trading. As you know, I like to trade off of a daily trade routine, a little checklist to make sure everything is proper. First, I want to make sure my green charts is going. I check up here to see that I've got a green light. And I check down here to see that I've got a green light, means the chart's current. And then let's just check CoinEx, make sure that that is turned on. And I can see that the numbers are, I see that this is bouncing. So that means there's movement there. So we've got a current chart. I apologize. Last night the trade didn't go out. There was a glitch with the texting software. Apparently I did something wrong. They've shown me what I've done wrong. So that trade did not close yet. So I guess it was good that you didn't get it. But let's see. Review of yesterday. The review of yesterday is for you to when we make a bad trade, we want to figure out why. We want to know why. That's how we get better. What was it? The indicators are generally pretty accurate, but if we're not trading at 80% in terms of our accuracy rate, we're not reading it right. So we want to go back and figure out what was it that we saw that didn't work. So with that, you need to go back and kind of do an audit of what you were looking at. So either keep a journal to write down, but I just like to take a screenshot. Take a screenshot of what you're looking at right before you take the trade, and we can go back and look at it and see, oh, well, I wouldn't have taken this trade because of this. Or, yeah, that was a good signal, and it just happened to be one of the, 10, 15% that it got wrong. So always do a post audit. Last week on our two Tuesday trades, they both closed properly. On the Thursday tip-top trade, we lost on this NZD CHF trade. I can tell you exactly why this trade didn't happen. It was a thick orange line trade, and we were at noontime. I don't like to take the thick orange line trade at noontime. It's too late in the day. I like to take it at this time. Always pretty good. At noontime, the volume's starting to come down. It's not accurate, not as accurate. So, my bad. So this Thursday, unless it's a currency that I'm very familiar with, and I'm not familiar with the NZD CHF, I'm not taking a thick orange line trade at noontime. So that's where we got hit. So part of our post audit. Next item on our checklist is we want to check the news. We check the news as we're technical traders. We check the news on forexfactory.com. They give us a little news feed that relates to currency. And they break news feeds down into three categories. Yellow is low impact, orange is medium impact, and red is high impact. So on today, December 15th, it's basically all yellows. Nothing we need to worry about. If it were a red item, that means it could move the market. If there's something that could move the market, I don't want to be holding a position when that news comes out, because I can't predict that as well. I want things that I can reasonably accurately predict. That's what the indicators help us do. They help us predict how the price is going to move. They give us that signal that we can trade off of. So right now we got nothing to worry about today. So with that, let's go in and take a look at our green charts. And this is what I like to call the composite chart. It's got 6 different currency pairs all on a 1-hour chart. The trade we're going to use, or the signal we're going to use, is the 10-point signal. With the 10-point signal, I start with the middle chart, which is the majors and minors. So I am looking for a situation where we're either overbought, like we are here, or oversold, like we are here. If we're overbought, I want the lines all pointing down. And that's the second criteria of this trade. And the third is that I got a cross where the red has come over the top of the green and the black has come over the top of the gray. So I've got all three here on the Euro USD. So then I'm going to go up and I'm going to take a look at my TNTs. The 2 orange lines are directional. They are pointing down. So that's consistent with what I'm seeing here. The blue lines are inversely related. So when blue is going up, that means down. So I've got the dotted blue going up, which means down. So I got 3 of the 4 telling me down. The thick blue is usually the last to turn. He hasn't turned yet, so that's kind of what I would expect. Now I'm going to take a look at the pressure. So I've got 3 here, 3 from the majors and minors, 3 from the TNTs. What's my pressure telling me? Pressure is kind of sideways, but what I like here is the green line is going down. Green line is going down. Sideways typically means retracement. So I would expect this candle to retrace this candle. And if it does retrace, that's worth about 7 pips if it comes back. So I like this. I've got all parts of the signal. Green is on. I've got sideways, but green is coming down. So I'm going to count that as a point. So I've got 7 points here. So when I have 7 points, then the question is, how much is this trade worth? To figure out how much this trade is worth, I am going to go to my full chart. And I want to first know where my support and resistance are. This is a pair. As many of you know that I trade a lot, so my support and resistance is kind of always on here. We are kind of in the middle of a channel. Here's my resistance. Here's my support. This red line is a Fibonacci drawn on top of the chart. I do that to find where this red line intersects with the support and resistance line. That's a exceptionally strong support and resistance. So we're right in the middle. So I've got, I want to know how many pips I've got down. Let's see here. I got about 9 down and 13 up, 12 up, and 10 down. So this is good for 10 pips. Based on the way I trade, I am going to trade till I get to this. I don't want to go beyond the support and resistance. If I'm trading on an hour chart and an hour signal, typically these on my support and resistances tend to be about 30 pips apart on a 1 hour chart. So, and you can see this one's maybe 25. So I'm at 41 over here to 64. So 41 to 64 is 23. So the next thing I want to take a look at is what's the trend. I want to know what the trend is because that's going to help me decide how many pips I take. So from Friday, I get a little bit of an uptrend. And I could go from last week, even from the middle of last week, still a little bit, still an uptrend, trending up. So if I'm going to take a down trade and an uptrend, I'm going to take less pips. So I had about 10 pips. It's probably a little bit more now because it's pulling back a bit. So I've got a kind of a lay of the land on the trend and where the channel is. Mostly it's been in this channel. For today, it kind of peeked through a little bit, but came back up. So let's take a look on the... So here's the hour. This is what we originally took, or what we originally saw that we liked. But who can see something different than what we looked at 4 minutes ago? Right down here, the pressure, before this pressure line was down. Now this pressure line is up. With the pressure line up, I don't have a good trade. I don't want to take this trade. I got 3 here, and now you can see even these are starting to go sideways. So the pressure is changing what's happening here with the majors and minors, and it's also changed what's happened here on the TNTs. So I do not like, just because of this, I don't like this. But if I look at what I would have done is I'd look at what's going on here. Here I've got up. Here I've got up. I got a little bit of a kink in the green line, but basically it's up pressure with red on top. This counts as a point, but I don't like I don't have enough points here. On the 4 hour, I'm in the middle of the channel. The majors are going sideways, even though the minors are going kind of got a strong steep up. And then I've got mixed signals here on the TNT, and on the day chart, everybody's going up. This is up overbought. It should be. The minors have started to pull down, but the majors aren't there yet. This line is pretty steep, the green line on the majors, and I've got the orange line still going up. So I don't like right now. I'm not ready to take this trade. We don't have enough down, so let's keep going and see what else we find. Pound dollar, I'm overbought. Everybody's going up. Not ready. This might be ready for a thick orange line trade a little bit later with this at -11 and these lines up here. We are overbought and just starting to enter the channel. But what I don't like about this is the steepness of the line. See how the green line is kind of bent here? I get good steepness here, and then it's not as steep. I don't like it when it goes from steep to not as steep. So I'm going to pass. Dollar Swiss franc. Oversold. Everybody's pointing up. I got the double cross. Good steepness. We've just started to enter the channel, so I like this. So 3 points here. 2 orange lines going up. Dotted blue coming down. 3 points here. I look at my pressure. I've got kind of sideways pressure, which would mean retracement. I'm not sure what we'd be retracing. Maybe back to here, or back to here. I'm not sure. I do like that we've got the green line. The green line is kinked up. But I am not going to use that. I'm not going to use that to trade here. On the euro dollar, I used it because I'm familiar with the euro dollar. With the dollar Swiss franc, I'm not. I want to make sure I either have up pressure or green on top. I don't have either. And now we can see, as we were watching, the slope on this changed. So the slope on this, we went from up to down, and this has started to go sideways. So don't like it. Here we're oversold on the dollar yen. Minors are starting to turn. The majors haven't turned yet. U.S. Canadian. We're going up, but we're more than halfway. Usually I don't like to take a trade if we're beyond halfway. We do have the 2 orange lines going up, the 2 blue lines going down. So that's 4 points here because the blues are inversely related. These lines are all very steep, and looks like we actually even have a kink here. So the green line got even steeper, and they're all tight. When these lines are tight, that's a stronger signal. It's kind of pulled back a little bit. We've got down pressure, but we've got the turn in the green line, and green crossed over red. So that is we got a point here. We got 3 points here. We got 4 points here. So we got 8 points. Let's go take a look at the full chart. Let's see, full chart, U.S. Canadian. points. So that's enough points to make a trade. So now I need to get a little bit more where the support and resistance are. I want to know how it's trending. And I want to see what the other indicators are telling me. The 2 hour, the 4 hour, the 30-minute before I decide to take a trade. So again, I don't trade this a lot. So I want to add the support and resistance. So I'm going to take this off. And we'll add some current support and resistance. Let's change this to configure button. So support and resistance are spots where the price action movement seems to stop. And see, it's come down here and it stopped. It's gone up to here and it stopped. Stopped a little bit in here. Stopped here, stopped here, stopped here, stopped here. Let's go one above and one below. This one's a little bit more. I want to just see, just double check. I'll put it right in there. It's stopping in here, right in there. And then we'll bring the one up the bottom. All right, so we've got some support and resistance in there. Now, actually, I'm going to leave this. So what has our trend been? This one's pretty clear to see. The last 3 weeks, this puppy's been going down. So what is our trade? We are looking at an up trade, a buy trade, and a down trend. I am going to, let's make this a little bigger so we can see it a little bit better. I'm going to take this guy off because it's too cluttered. So we're trading into a downtrend. See, so on a shorter term chart, I can't really see the downtrend. It looks a little bit more sideways. I want to know how many pips I've got up till I hit this guy. I got 16 pips up and about 11 pips down. And we're taking an up trade. And today it really hasn't gone more than, it's about 10 pips till the top of where it's been at today. Okay. Now let's see what else the other charts are telling me. So on the 1 hour chart or the 2 hour chart, everybody's going up. I've got only one here telling me, yeah, this is kind of going down. So I got 2 of the 4 here. I've got down pressure, but the green is kicked slightly up. Down pressure with the green kicked slightly up. On the 2 hour chart, I have a clear down, although I do have a little bit of a kink here where the slope is not as steep. I've got sideways, which means retracement, which would mean I might capture this little bit between this red candle and this green candle. And on the day chart, I've got green on top, down sideways, which would mean a little bit retracement. And the majors are starting to turn down. Minors are going up. On the 30 minutes, 30-minute, I'm overbought. I've got up on the pressure here, and on the 5-minute, coming down with red on top. I'm just looking at everything, trying to decide. Let's take a 7-pip buy on this. 7-pip buy. So it's a little bit less than the high it's hit today. It's a lot less than where the resistance is. But remember, we're trading into a downtrend. But we've got like a nice up signal between the hour and the 2-hour chart. So let's go ahead and take a 5-pip, or excuse me, a 7-pip buy. So USD Canadian. I am going to go to new order. My lot size is going to be 0.85. I figured out that 0.85 from looking at my balance. Move the decimal spot over 4 spots. US Canadian 0.85. I'm going to take a market buy. And I'm going to take it for 7 pips. So I click anywhere along the line where it's recorded, go to modify. I'm going to change this to 770. And for now, let's use a 4 times. So I'm going to go to 280, but I'm going to go back and take a look. So 280 points is 28 pips. I'm going 4 times my potential profit. I'm going to mark it here, but I want to go back to the chart and look. I'd like to be 2 support and resistances away. So if I were 2 support and resistances away, I would be way up here. 1.281. So it would have to come way up here to take me out, and I think I am going to do that. I'm going to go. I'm going to increase my stop loss. If I was a little less risky, I'd put it right down about here, outside of where it's traded. But you see, yesterday we had a peek through that would break this number, or 2 days ago we had a peek through, but in the last 2 days it hasn't traded above here. But I'm going to go to the 28,102. So the 28,102, modify 28,102. No, we went the wrong direction, everybody. Come on. We wanted to go, we want to do sell. So 2 support and resistances away are going to be down here. So 21,131. 21,131. I might even actually go just below this spot, 27,043. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go below this spot here. Because again, I don't want to be taken out. I don't want to take the loss. So 27,043. Modify 27,043. All right, and you can see pushed it down below here. So I'm not worried about being taken out. Let's see if we get a thick orange line trade real quick, because it is the top of the hour. Oops, right over here. Thick orange line trade. I'm using a different signal now. I'm looking for this to be 0 or minus 100, or within 10 points of either. Minus 14 is a no, minus 11 is a no. 97 is a yes. If I get a yes here, I want to see all of these lines down here below the oversold line. I don't have that, so that's a no. No. Oops, we just changed into a new hour, new candle. I'm just going to go back to see minus 94. I've got it. That's within 10 of minus 100. All the lines are down here. Let's see how this number changed. Let's see if it changed by 10 or more. We can take a buy on the USD JPY for 5 pips. A buy on the USD JPY for 5 pips. USD JPY, new order 0.85. I'm going to take a buy for 5. On this trade, I don't need to do the analysis because we know that this bump is always worth 5. So that's 50, and we're going to use a 4 times take profit. I just want to make sure I get the full 5, so I'm going to just see exactly what number I got in at. I got in at 103.927, so I want to go to 0.977 to get that 5 pips. 0.977. Okay. So today we took one 10-point trade on the USD Canadian for 7 pips. We were trading against the trend, so we took a little bit less, and then we took a 5 pip USD JPY trade based on where is it? Based on this being at 94, which was in 10, which is in the scale goes to minus 100, so it was within 10 of that hitting the bottom, and that these lines being way down here, well below the oversold line. And then we can see that it's starting to turn because this jumped from minus 93 to 79, which is about 14, 15 points. Any questions? Okay, gang. Great. Thanks for being here. We're here to help. If you need any, just reach out and we'll do what we can to get you going. Thanks so much. See you on Thursday. Bye-bye.